Hello and welcome to our web chat on automating International Treasury. We're joined by Phil Boland, Managing Director of Cash Management Solutions at Gresham Technologies. As CEO at the B2 Group since its inception in 2009, Phil led the acquisition of B2 to Gresham Technologies. We are going to be covering how full connectivity enables corporate treasury departments to fully automate their international treasury and the advantage of the merger with Gresham. What were your objectives in trying to automate international treasury? What are you trying to do?
We are typically enabling a corporate to run a centralized treasury function. It might be distributed, but typically it's a centralized shared service center, and to get enterprise-wide cash visibility through connectivity to all of its banks, and to have centralized control of its outgoing disbursements, its payments.
And the merger with Gresham has expanded your scalability and technology quite considerably, hasn't it?
Indeed it has, Jack, yes. We were already, if I may say it, pretty good at banking integration, to say the least. And we had a platform built from the ground up to achieve that. But on the other hand, Gresham has brought us some additional technology that really just speeds everything up. Plus, with Gresham's larger resource pool and international reach, that really is good news for our clients, and it accelerates the whole process.
And so what are the new things that the corporates can now do?
Well, we can link up to banks very easily and quickly. So if a corporate comes to us, came with a community of 120 banks worldwide, we can accelerate the onboarding of those banks for automated payment and statement processing very, very quickly. And we can offer that corporate an immediate solution for cash visibility and payments control.
With automation, the big key is integration, and this integration comes in a number of different ways. Where do you see the benefits from integration?
Well, we see the benefits. It's the only way to operate a scalable shared service center at a corporate, centralized treasury function without considerable manual effort and risk of error. The integration comes on two sides, and one is on the corporate side itself, where one needs to integrate file-based connectivity with whatever internal accounting or other systems the corporate may have. And the other side, of course, is automatically connecting with the banks, because without information going to and from those internal systems, the corporate's effectively flying blind. So there's automation and integration on both sides.
And the particular strength of B2 has always been this ability to best route connectivity. Can you explain? Because that's really quite complex.
Yeah, it's complex to do, but I think it's easy to explain at a high level. When we want to connect to a bank, there may be several mechanisms to do it. And when we say best, we mean the optimal mechanism for the client. So it may be in terms of cost. It may be in terms of the information that can be delivered. So a bank may or may not be able to process the full set of SWIFT messages. For example, they might not be able to present the corporate with intraday movements of cash going on and off an account, for example. And a lot of complex messages and transactions, we might want to have a direct link with the bank rather than via SWIFT to save costs. In extreme cases, we can have banks that are unable to fully automate at all, and we have some very clever mechanisms to process documents like PDFs and so on for bank statements and still present them automatically to the corporate. So by best, we mean optimal and what is pragmatically feasible, cost and technology-wise.
And you mentioned also this handling of other types of transactions.
Yes. Well, we handle obviously basic payments. That could be cash and treasury movements, accounts payable, and so on. But we also manage, for example, supply chain finance, trade finance transactions, where you've got multiple invoices against a single credit line and payments that are linked. We manage legs of FX transactions as well for our clients. So there's a wide range of different transaction types, Jack, but the most common ones are plain vanilla payments that the corporate needs to execute on a timely basis in a centralized, controlled manner.
Okay, so if we look at the payments and statements in a bit more detail, where does the extra control come from? Because again, this isn't obvious.
In two ways, really. So for let's deal with the outgoing payments first. The control there comes from the ability to have a single point of exit from the company's systems. So whether there are payments coming out of an ERP system, Oracle or SAP or something, treasury management system, some other accounting system, payroll system, spreadsheets. We've got corporate clients with 7 or 8 different sources of payments. They will go through our single Clarity multi-bank platform, and the Treasury Department can, if they choose, they can stop those payments and they can authorize them. They can have a 4 eyes authorization where you have a make a checker, so another person in the back office is verifying. We've even got certain clients where the group treasurer wants to look at particularly high value payments or large files of payments like payroll. Now those payments may already have been authorized in the ERP system, but quite often clients wish to authorize them again. Perhaps they went out of the ERP system in error and they actually didn't want to issue them after all, they want to recall them and that sort of thing. So it's a single point of control there on the payments. If we look at the statements, those are obviously coming the other way. 2 elements of control. One very common, which is to be able to see where a bank has not sent a statement when it should have done. So I've got an account with XYZ Bank in Brazil, and we anticipate that the closing bank statement is due to be delivered by 6 in the morning London time, and it's not there by 7. We will have configured multi-bank to start ringing alarm bells, and that will inform the Treasury Department when they come into work that their Brazilian, the Brazilian balance is 2 days old, or 2 business days old. That's on screen, but it also can be via messages such as emails or text messages, that kind of thing. So this is the knowing what you don't know. Also, we check for other errors by the bank, such as some of them are known to send duplicate statements, or they even send you a statement for somebody else's account. These things do happen, and we control that. A less common, but still very useful for certain corporates, we're seeing this more and more, is the ability to amend incoming statements before they're uploaded into internal systems for reconciliation. And this may be adding information on screen on multi-bank regarding a particular movement on the account. So where it's come in, it doesn't quite reconcile with any particular payment that went out, maybe because of a currency fluctuation, or perhaps the counterparty just didn't pay the whole invoice or something like that. So some clients can actually manually change statements before they're uploaded into an ERP system or TMS for reconciliation. So again, it gives them that single point of control.
So I'm starting to understand how you argue quite clearly that automating international treasury starts with first-class, multifaceted connectivity and connections. What would be your summary comment about the influence of B2 and Gresham together, because you're providing a new component, a new way of doing things here?
Well, I would say, Jack, first of all, that we were already, prior to joining Gresham, in possession of a superb team and platform. Cash and treasury automation relies on everything being automated, or key banks, and quickly and efficiently, and the ability to onboard banks quickly and efficiently. Gresham has accelerated that with both technology, access to a larger resource pool, may I say some financial stability as well. B2 is profitable and turned over nicely, but we're part of a London Stock Exchange listed company now. And that all means faster time to market and more confidence for our clients, who are some of the biggest corporates in the world.
Thanks very much, Phil.
Thank you, Jack.